undisputed, reigning, defending WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Oleksandr Usyk!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBA regular heavyweight champion of the world, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois!
Right, lads, you both know the rules, so let's just have a good, clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times, all right? Touch gloves.
July 19th, 2025. Wembley Stadium is a pressure cooker of anticipation, and no one, not even the experts, predicted how this night would end. What was billed as a rematch for redemption quickly became one of the most shocking nights in modern boxing. This wasn't just about championship belts. It was a collision of unfinished business, pride, and the relentless pressure of legacy. For Oleksandr Usyk, this was a chance to solidify his place among the heavyweight greats, the final chapter in a remarkable career that spanned divisions and continents. For Daniel Dubois, it was personal. 2 years after being stopped by Usyk in a highly controversial finish, he was back under the brightest lights with one goal: redemption. The energy was electric, thick with tension, speculation, and the kind of raw emotion that only heavyweight boxing delivers. And what unfolded in those 12 rounds left the boxing world speechless. Backstage, the contrasts were clear. Usyk sat in calm silence, eyes focused, barely blinking. He looked like a man who had already fought this fight in his mind. A master of preparation, mentally locked in. Dubois paced slowly in his corner, shoulders tense, but eyes burning with determination. The ghost of their last fight still haunted him. But tonight, he wasn't here to survive. He was here to rewrite history. When the fighters made their entrances, the energy inside Wembley exploded. Usyk walked out with surgical calm. No theatrics, no smiles, just ice in his veins. Dubois followed, greeted by thunderous roars from a patriotic British crowd. Unlike last time, there was no hint of hesitation, only purpose. As they faced off in the center of the ring, there was no handshake, no nod, just locked eyes, stone faces, and the kind of tension that made you forget to breathe. The bell rang. The rematch began. Both men came out with controlled energy. No wild exchanges, just pure focus. Usyk began circling early, using his trademark footwork to keep Dubois guessing. He used subtle feints to test Dubois' reactions while peppering with light jabs. Dubois, more measured than usual, worked the jab to establish distance, trying to slow Usyk's rhythm. Mid-round, Dubois snuck in a body shot that drew a reaction, but Usyk immediately answered with a sharp counter jab to the chin. A tactical round. Not much landed, but Usyk's control and movement gave him the edge. Usyk turned up the pace. His jab doubled, then tripled. Fast hands, quick angles. He started to carve patterns Dubois couldn't read. Dubois tried to cut off the ring, but couldn't corner Usyk. Then came a clean left hand to the temple that snapped Dubois' head sideways. The commentators began praising Usyk's boxing clinic, noting how effortlessly he controlled distance and tempo. Dubois managed to get inside late in the round, but couldn't land effectively. Another clear round for the Ukrainian. Dubois made a crucial adjustment. He went downstairs. He began targeting Usyk's body, and with one thudding hook to the ribs, he made Usyk wince slightly. The crowd immediately responded. It brought back memories of their first fight, when Dubois landed a controversial body shot that had Usyk writhing on the canvas. This time, it was clean, and it landed hard. Usyk responded by moving laterally and re-establishing distance, but Dubois was warming up and gaining confidence. Usyk reset and returned to what he does best, controlling the rhythm and angles. He peppered Dubois with slick, compact combinations, snapping jabs followed by stinging left hands. Dubois' defense struggled. His head movement slowed just enough for Usyk to find openings. One right hook cracked Dubois clean, drawing a gasp from the crowd. A dominant round for Usyk, but But Dubois stayed on his feet and kept pressing. Then came the shift. Dubois uncorked a massive overhand right that caught Usyk flush. It wasn't enough to drop him, but it sent the champion stumbling a step back. The crowd exploded. Dubois had finally broken through. Usyk smiled. A classic reaction to being stung. But the body language told another story. Dubois' corner erupted. He felt that stay on him. Momentum was changing. Even if the scorecards were still tight, Dubois smelled blood. He doubled down on body shots, landing 2 more solid hooks that forced Usyk to tighten his guard. Usyk fired back with quick combos, but they were lighter, more evasive, more defensive. Dubois stayed calm and consistent, applying pressure, walking Usyk down. He wasn't reckless, he was calculated. By round's end, Dubois looked like he belonged in this fight. The crowd knew it too. Usyk tapped into his championship pedigree, showcasing elite movement and combinations. He danced around Dubois, landing at will and avoiding damage. His footwork was pure art, a blur of pivots and sidesteps. Dubois swung big but missed. Usyk responded with a rapid flurry that pushed Dubois into the ropes. Usyk took the round clearly, but Dubois didn't break. The gap between them was still real, but it was shrinking. The momentum tilted again. Dubois landed another vicious body shot, this time to the liver, and Usyk visibly grimaced. But Usyk, being Usyk, fired back with a clean 3-punch combo that forced Dubois to reset. The round became a brawl. Both men stood toe-to-toe. Usyk paused, stepped back, then bent over slightly. Referee gave no official warning. Replay showed the punch landed right on the belt line, a gray area. Boos, cheers, and controversy swirled again. But this time, Usyk didn't go down. The round ended with both fighters slowing, breathing heavily, visibly worn. A slower, more cerebral round. Both fighters picked their punches carefully. Usyk tried to steal the round with jabs and movement. Dubois, though, kept stalking. His body shots had taken a toll. Usyk wasn't moving with the same sharpness. The crowd buzzed with anticipation. Commentators noted that Dubois needed a big finish. The cards might not be in his favor. Dubois came forward with new urgency. This wasn't desperation, it was purpose. He started cutting off the ring effectively, forcing Usyk into corners. Midway through, he landed a brutal right hook. Usyk clinched immediately, the cleanest Dubois shot of the fight so far. Usyk hung on, survived the round, but the crowd could sense something was shifting. The final round opened with Dubois charging out of his corner like a man on a mission. Seconds in, he let loose a thunderous overhand right that caught Usyk high on the head. Usyk stumbled. The crowd leapt to their feet. Dubois pounced. With precision and power, he landed a savage left uppercut that sent Usyk crashing to the canvas. Stunned silence. Then, chaos. The ref counted 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Usyk tried to rise. Legs wobbled. The count continued. 10. It was over. Dubois had done the unthinkable. Usyk, ever composed, nodded in respect. No complaints, no excuses. Dubois, emotional and overwhelmed, declared, "This is what I trained my whole life for. I knew I could do it." Promoters, pundits, and legends like Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury looked visibly stunned. Andre Ward simply shook his head. The arena roared. "Dubois, Dubois," echoed across Wembley like a national anthem. This was supposed to be Usyk's night, a coronation, a send-off. Instead, it was a seismic shift in the heavyweight division. Usyk suffers his first pro loss in stunning fashion. Dubois completes a Hollywood-style redemption arc and positions himself as the new face of British heavyweight boxing. And in one unforgettable night, history was rewritten with a single punch. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video to support the channel. Subscribe to Boxing is Here for the latest updates, fight breakdowns, and expert analysis. And turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.